Yeah.
Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss the history of the 7 most frightening buildings in all corners of the world. Old buildings often have mystical stories that horrify visitors and residents. Sometimes they can feel the presence or disturbance of other creatures, so they are called haunted buildings. Well, there are many interesting haunted buildings scattered around the world. If you're curious about the mystical stories of haunted buildings, take a look at the row of 7 haunted buildings that have scary stories inside. Corvin Castle, Romania. Corvin Castle is a castle where 3 flats or the Impaler's flat lived in Romania. He was famous as someone who was cruel and bloodthirsty because he often tortured people. He even became the inspiration for writer Bram Stoker to write the fictional character Dracula, a Renaissance Gothic-style castle. It is said to be haunted because of the many lives that were taken in this castle. Poveglia Island, Venice, Italy, an abandoned building. This former mental hospital has stood on Venice, Poveglia Island, since the beginning of the century, 20th. Originally a quarantine place for PES epidemic patients, this building is reportedly a silent witness to the cruelty of brutal experimental practices. This mental hospital has been closed since a doctor jumped from the highest tower. Lawang Sewu, Semarang, Indonesia. Lawang Sewu, which means 1,000 doors, was once the Dutch East India Railway Company's office. During the Japanese colonial period, this building was used as a place for brutal executions and torture. There are many rumors about mystical stories in this building. It is even called as the most haunted site in Indonesia. Driscoll Hotel, Austin, Texas. The Driscoll Hotel is a historic Roman-style building, opened in 1886. Many famous celebrities and politicians stayed at this hotel. But this place also has a famous paranormal story after the death of several guests. One of the oddities was 2 brides who both took their own lives while on their honeymoon in the same room, 20 years apart. The Stanley Hotel, Estes Park, Colorado. The Stanley Hotel is a neo-Georgian style building that is best known as the inspiration for Stephen King's story The Shining. The staff claims the hotel rooms are visited by happy ghosts, and almost every room has a unique ghost story. One of the story is that there is a ghost servant in room 217 who likes packing guests' clothes. Amityville Horror House, New York. Amityville Horror House is a house at 112 Ocean Avenue where Ronald DeVio Jr. shot 6 members of his family on in 1974. This incident was not initially discussed much until the Lutz family bought the house in 1975. The Lutz family admitted that extreme paranormal activity occurred while living in the house. They found a red room. The door slammed by itself and mysterious whispers. The family lasted only 26 days before finally deciding to move house. The Cavalier, Virginia Beach, Virginia. The Cavalier Hotel is famous for being haunted because of the number of deaths that occurred in it. One of the most famous stories is that in 1929, the founder of Coeur Pier, Adolphe Coeur, took his own life by jumping from the 6th floor in the middle of during breakfast. A husband and wife claimed to have seen the appearance of Adolphe Coeur in a wedding photo held at the hotel. That's a haunted building that holds terrifying stories from various corners of the world. Behind the splendor of each building there must be its own horror story. Imagine visiting one of these scary buildings and what you will do there. Thank you for watching.